Our God and God of our ancestors, God of compassion.
For me, this is a really special flag. It was given to me by Congresswoman Shelley Berkeley the day when I opened the session of Congress with an invocation. I keep it here on my wall and to remind myself what I work for. I work to sustain, as much as I can, this beautiful democracy, and also to make sure that the relationship that we have with the State of Israel is never broken. Well, Israel's always on my mind. I mean, how can Israel not be always on my mind? I was born in Mexico City, and I grew up in a community where everybody was pro-Israel. It's one of the really interesting things that I found when I came here, that there was such a thing as Jews who are not pro-Israel. Right? I mean, I've never heard anything like this in my entire life, that I had to bring the message of Israel, the story of Israel, to the forefront of people's consciousness, because it was not automatic. When people ask me why I became a citizen of the United States, my wife, Lisa, and I, it had a lot to do with AIPAC. When I first walked into a policy conference and I saw 7,000 people together, people from both sides of the aisle coming together, I really had tears in my eyes. I found myself in a situation that I'd never been before in my life, where I wanted to actually vote for people who were representing my ideas and the things that I believe in. Consequence of these sanctions that we have started already. And that never happened before, because I was born in a country where your vote was not necessarily respected. Everybody together with me. Ready? When you're a rabbi, you teach, but you also teach by example. And at the same time, you have to bring meaning into people's lives. So when you speak about Israel, when you teach about Israel, it goes straight to your heart, straight to your soul. So because I don't want a world without Israel, that's why I make time. Hi, Sandy. Yeah, it's Rabbi Goodman, it's Felipe. Listen, I know that we have this conversation every year, but I want this to be the time when you go to the AIPAC Policy Conference in Washington in March. Somebody who's been around in the leadership of the congregation for so many years really should go. We may not all agree with everything that happens in Israel 100% of the time. And we tend to label people and put them in boxes: liberals, conservatives, hawks, doves, Republicans, Democrats. But when it comes to Israel, we don't have the luxury of speaking with fragmented voices. When it comes to Israel and the survival of Israel, we need to speak with one single voice. AIPAC actually brings us together.
My children hear me say it all the time, but this is something that I actually feel in my own bones. We are so blessed to live in this great country. With the freedom to speak to our government leaders. We're so very fortunate to live in America. And the most powerful way to make our voices heard is to join together with others, never to do it alone. And that's where AIPAC comes in. Because through AIPAC, we combine our voices and change the conversation. Through AIPAC, with AIPAC, we help reshape policies. And through AIPAC, we have the ability to make America stronger and Israel even safer. AIPAC brings us together. It really does. I am one of 600 religious leaders here at AIPAC's Policy Conference. "600 leaders that come from different backgrounds, different denominations, and different faiths. And we are here together because we believe in one thing, that our voices must stretch beyond the pulpit, beyond our churches and synagogues, so that together we can make for ourselves and for our children a better world. May our voices and our work together today and every day, bring us closer to a time of peace and harmony for Israel and the entire world. May God always help us to keep Israel safe and strong. And may God bless this great country, the United States of America. Thank you.